Today's a special session. Vonnie's going to go into some more information about building repeat referral business and relationships and all the rest. But I do have to tell a story. I mean, when I was selling and I sold for 10 years and had a successful team and whatnot, the one thing that I never really got right was the gift. And it was like, I love building relationships and staying in touch and all that kind of stuff. But when the closing came, I was just kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? So I met Vonnie about a year ago now, maybe, and had her on my podcast. And what a dynamic personality and somebody that you can align yourself with in your business in order to improve your business and to build that relationships, help build the relationship. So I'm going to turn it over to Vonnie, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot more information than what I can provide. But thank you so much for coming out.
I'm going to share a little bit about gifting and how we can support you towards the end. Just help you. Just share how we can help you if you need us through for your holiday gifts, closing gifts, referral gifts. Um, so we'll do that towards the end. But really, the majority of the next 30 minutes, 25 minutes or so, I'm going to share my story with you as a fellow business owner of how I built my business. I've been fortunate enough to build a repeat and referral based business. And I'm going to share it in the form of 3 simple disciplines that you can do, that I do almost daily for 28 years of being a business owner, and especially executed on during COVID, during the last year and a half. But 3 simple disciplines that you can use to deepen your client relationships right now so that you can measurably increase your repeat and referral business. Sound good, everybody? Nod your heads. I know you're nodding your heads behind the camera. That's awesome, behind the video. But because yeah, I sell Cutco gifts, but my real business I see is client loyalty and referrals. Everything that I do in the industry, from getting on a meeting like this to sharing my story to getting you memorable gifts that last and helping you there, everything that I do in the industry is in service to helping you guys build a kick butt repeat and referral based business. So why should you listen to me? I'm not a realtor. Well, my business is really similar to yours. I just sell different things. And so I'm a business owner, an entrepreneur, and salesperson of 28 years. Like I said, I started selling Cutco when I was 4. They gave me a bag of knives and said, good luck to you. I don't know. I made it work. It's my one joke. Hope you liked it. I started when I was 18 in first year university taking marketing at U of C, University of Calgary. I'm in Alberta, by the way. I'm 2 hours behind you. But I was taking marketing at U of C. I never wanted to be in sales, by the way. I had a negative view of what sales was. I was like, I'm not a salesperson. And so I had to reframe that for myself as I went, by the way. But I never wanted to be in sales, never wanted to do any sort of speaking. Look at me now, crazy. But what happened was I got this job selling Cutco because I thought I should get a job like that to put on my resume. And I was going to do it for one summer only and then ditch it, drop it. Get some sales and marketing experience. And one thing led to another. And the first summer I noticed and realized that I really liked the relationship building aspect of selling, I guess. And it's interesting. Remember I said my business was really similar to yours? There's one key difference to this day is we weren't as Cutco reps allowed to build our database other than through referral. We weren't allowed to cold call, door knock. You wouldn't see our faces on bus benches, no print ads allowed. We weren't even, and there are some restrictions to our websites and stuff even to this day. You wouldn't see a Cutco rep pay for online leads, or there was no social media at the time I started. So it was sink or swim, build your database through referrals. So they gave us a script on how to ask for referrals. And it was a little bumpy at first, but I didn't know anything different. I just learned it. And the job was to sit down with your friends and family in your inner circle, educate them on the knives, much like you do a listing or buying presentation, ask for referrals, rinse and repeat. So my first 15 years, not knowing anything different, I ended up building my database to 3,000 clients, almost 100% referral. Why does that matter to you? Because I'm going to drop some referral nuggets for you here today, because I think we all struggle and have struggled, and many realtors I know struggle in this area. So if I can make that a little easier for you, I want to do that for you today. And then 15 years in, so I'm building all this database, I'm doing Cutco in-home sales and service. Then 13 years ago, so 15 years in to my business, Cutco came out with a program called Cutco Closing Gifts and invited all the top reps across North America to bring that program to their local realtors. And that's what I did many years ago, 13 years now. And Now, myself and a few colleagues have been able to support over 4,500 realtors across Canada with their closing and referral gifts, almost all through referral. Okay, so enough about me. Whether you're new in this business or a few years in or a couple decades like me, you can apply what I'm going to talk about here today, right now, if you're not already. And if you are doing some of these things, this will be very validating for you. I love talks when I hear talks that are actually validating and reassuring that I'm actually doing the basics right, that I'm doing the right things. So some of you might feel that way because whatever level you're at in this business, even if you're brand new, started yesterday, you can apply what I'm going to talk about here today because it's about getting more from what you already have. What do you already have, even if you started yesterday? We all have relationships. We all have people in our lives. So, one of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to go in and out of screen share here, you guys. So, just bear with me because I like doing it that way. Scott Stratton, author of Unmarketing, wrote, "If you believe business is about relationships, which I do, make building them your business." So, how do we do that? How do we build our relationships? And I think many of us know some innate things about this, of how to nurture and deepen relationships. Nobody starts a relationship thinking and hoping it will end, right? We all want our relationships to grow and thrive. And even if you're a transactionally oriented person, um, this this is okay. We're all in the relationship business. But let's dive into the three simple disciplines in my mind of deepening and building client relationships. Number one, simple discipline. Pick up the phone and talk to your people. And Aaron alluded to this, and I know you've heard this before, but pick up the phone and call your people. Did you know most salespeople never do? Like 90% of salespeople never pick up the phone and call their past clients. And did you know over 80% of people want their realtor to keep in touch? So there's a disconnect there. And I think most salespeople don't do this. And I think when you do it, it's not so much what you say. It's the goal is to simply meaningfully engage and connect with them. People only remember the feeling that you leave them with, right? That's the feeling. So the feeling you want to leave people with when you pick up the phone and connect with them, whether you text them or call them or send them a video or direct message them. There's so many ways, by the way, to connect meaningfully now, not just through the phone, like not just through a phone call. You can text, you can have a meaningful engagement through text. But the feeling you want to leave people with is, I've got your back. I'm your trusted resource. How are you? How's your family? Just checking in. Do you have any real estate questions? There's a lot going on in the market right now. And by the way, I do think COVID is a really beautiful and special time to reach out to your people if you haven't been. Now, if you have been, wonderful. But when COVID hit, I'll tell you, I had no idea what to do. I was a 27-year seasoned business owner. I did not know what to do. And maybe some of you can relate to that. But I knew one thing: relationships are everything and connection is key. And so I printed off my 1,500 realtors that I'd served over the last 13 years and just started calling and texting them from the top down. And it wasn't super scripted. It wasn't super thought out even. It was just thoughtful. And it reminded me to simply keep showing up for my people and being real. You're a human before you're a realtor. You're a human before you're a knife lady or a gift lady. And it just reminded me to keep it simple and be authentic and show up for people. And that's it. And I think sometimes a lot of us get into our heads on this. I'll tell you guys, I got to somebody on my list last year at this time. I was making 50 to 150 proactive reach outs to clients every week. Now it's a little less because I'm so busy. I have so many things incoming, and I'm sure many of you can relate. But every day I try to do 2, 5, 10 past client calls, 1 text, something to keep it consistent, set a target, keep checking in with people. But I got to somebody on this list and I saw her name and I went to myself, ugh, she hasn't ordered gifts in a while. It's been a few years. Is she going to think I'm just trying to sell her something? Am I going to be bothering her? I mean, oh, what do I even say? And I finally told myself to shut up and just text her. And I texted Kathy. I still remember. And I said, Kathy, I miss you. Let's hop on Zoom. It's a crazy time. Let's have that coffee we always have talked about doing on Zoom. I can update you on the gifts, but mostly I just want to connect. And that was from the heart. She said, I would love to see your face. We hopped on Zoom. We had the best conversation we've ever had. 20 minutes into this conversation, she brings up the gifts. I didn't have to sell her on the gifts. She already knows what I do. She goes, Vonny, you know what? I can't believe I got away from the gifts. I don't know why I know I haven't ordered in a while. Like she, you know, and then I was like, she's like, I really loved having them on hand. They were awesome. Everybody loved them. I could personalize when I knew something about the client, I could add stuff, but it was great. And it turned into an order that was 4 times the average order size for us. So I want to end this point with this. When I was making these reach outs, and I can still see this to this day because I'm still reaching out, I noticed before the market ticked up here in Calgary that a whole bunch of gift orders were coming in from people I had checked in with 2 to 3 months prior that indicated at the time no need for anything. And it was really interesting to see that correlation. If I told you for every 10 calls you made, you were going to get 1 deal or 1 referral, you couldn't make those calls fast enough, right? You would find a way to make them. But it doesn't always happen in the short term. And we have to remember that it sometimes does happen in the short term. You call, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you called. You know what? I was just talking to my neighbor. Their daughter is buying a condo, blah, 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 right? So just short term results, try not to attach to those. Just, I will live and die by this in my business and life. Small, daily, consistent action, rinse and repeat, and just watch the magic happen over time. Make sense, everybody? Right. Cool. One last note on this is when you reach out to people, just be prepared to offer a piece of value. Maybe you just offer them your monthly market updates, or you see if they have any questions about the market. Just be prepared to offer a piece of value because that's a really nice focal point when you call. All right, number 2, simple discipline. This is my favorite, and then we'll get into referrals, is love on your people, love on your tribe. What do I mean by this? We all know the elements of building a relationship. People need to feel acknowledged and appreciated. Think of your spouse, think of your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, significant people in your life. People all that one of the deepest needs we have is to feel appreciated and acknowledged. Do you guys know why good clients leave us? Like I said, we've all had the pain of a client leaving us or a top referral source. Do you know why they leave? There's 2 main reasons. The first one is this, and I'm going to share my screen on this. 68% of consumers leave their salesperson because they feel you're indifferent to the relationship. This is a perceived indifference. Isn't that interesting? They think you don't care, but you do. So how do we make sure they know we care? Well, how do we combat that? Number 1, we keep in touch. We check in once in a while with them. And then you got to make people feel like they matter. I could go through 1,000 ideas here, but here's some main ones. Handwritten cards, gifts. Gifts are an incredible way. And I don't say this just because I'm the gifting lady. Gifts are an incredible way to show the value you're placing on the relationship. Surprise, out of the blue care packages, client parties. There's different ways to show people that they matter to you. But I know 90% of people don't get to step 1 on this. Do you know what step 1 in my mind is? Define your tribe. What do I mean by this? Do you know your top 20%? And the reason I say this is this. Everybody knows the 80-20 rule, right? Chances are 20% of your people are going to give you 80% of your referrals, reviews, and business. You guys with me on that? So I'm going to love on everybody to the best of my ability. I'm going to give them great service as you are. Anybody that walks through my door, treat with respect, get them their gifts on time. And then I'm going to shine my light a little extra on the top 20%. Why? Because these are the people that will tell your story. These are the people that will go to bat for you. These are the people that will give you a referral or a review if you ask for it, when you ask for that. So how can we love on these people systematically, consistently, a little bit more? So define your tribe. Who are your best clients? Do you know who they are? Who are your best referral sources? This could be a list of 2 people if you're new. The people that are just like raving about you. This could be 50 people. This could be 100 people. It could be 20 people, your VIPs. Do you know who they are, and do they know how important they are to you? The reason I tell you this is because I procrastinated this for years, and I'll show you what I did initially for my gold group or tribe, my top 20%. I procrastinated this for many years, 5 years into the industry, and I finally made a list. It was 75 people at the time of realtors and mortgage brokers that were just like amazing. They blew me away at every turn. They were reviewing me, they were referring me, they were like ordering consistently. And it just blew me away. And I just wanted to show some love and gratitude, you know? And so I sent them a gift card and a letter I wrote, and I declared who they were to me. And I said I was donating on their behalf. And since then, I have found ways to love on those people. And that gold group and tribe has grown and grown. So start your VIP list today. It's pretty cool, even if you got 2 people, 5, 10 people, and then let's systematically find ways to love on them. Now, here's the thing. We all know to do this, but we get so busy, right? So it's important to have consistency with this and love on people to the best of your ability. I will share one way we can support you. Now, you could do this with other gifts, but I'll share this with you. I think during COVID, I mean, we've done this for years, but people are cooking so much more during COVID. This seems especially relevant, but we've had quite a few realtors and mortgage brokers that have bought single pieces of Cutco like this, or pizza cutters or Cutco spreaders with thanks for spreading the word or spreading the love, or we love, you're the best. And single knives like this, the little knife that could, we call it. And they're sending these out unexpectedly out of the blue to their VIPs, whether it's 5 or 10 or 25 or 50 of them, out of the blue with a beautiful note. Now we have a template for this note that we send you, but it goes something like this. Tula, thank you so much for your support and loyalty through the years. I cannot thank you enough, and for your referrals, whatever's real. Thank you so much. I imagine you might be cooking so much more these days. I know we have been, our family. So from my home to yours, this is just the start of your collection. And so it's this beautiful letter of pure gratitude. And on the bottom, it says, P.S. For every additional qualified referral you send our way or my way, I'm going to be adding to your collection through the years as we build our relationship. We had a top agent here in Alberta send out 27 of those knives to his best 5-star reviewers. This was a few months ago. Within 2 months, he had almost 20x return on his investment. So bottom line, to finish this point off, giving doesn't have to be epic or expensive. It can be free. It can be a well-timed phone call. It can be a monthly market update value. It can be a handwritten card or a care package. It can be an out of the blue gift or a closing referral gift. Whatever it is, just know one of the most beautiful quotes that I love is giving starts the receiving process. When you give without strings attached, again, watch the magic happen over time. It's amazing. That's how you create an army of advocates, you guys, just giving like that. Number 3, and then we'll open it up for a little Q&A, is after all that giving of value and staying in connection and relationship with people, you can absolutely ask for referrals. You know, when I think of a relationship, it's giving. I want to give to the people in my life more than I take or ask for. But it's also, in my mind, it's okay to ask, especially if you've given and you're showing up for people. It's okay to ask for what you might need or ask for support. And how many of you have gotten referrals without ever asking? Maybe pop your hands up digitally or not, or pop it in the chat for sure, right? Because you've showed up for people and delivered a great experience. You know what you do, you know your stuff, right? Where I go with it is, how many referrals have we left off the table because we just didn't ask or plant the seed on the front end for referrals? Now, has anyone ever felt awkward asking for referrals or hesitant? Totally. Me too. Me too. So here's the thing, especially back in the day, but it's vulnerable asking for anything. And I think a lot of us actually, I would say the realtors that I know in this industry and your team, your group that I've gotten to know, we're better givers, I think, than sometimes we are receivers of things, right? So I find it easier to give a gift or give than to ask for something. So there's vulnerability there, right? In asking for something. But When you ask to be able to give, I don't know if that's going to be clear. If you ask with service in your heart and how can I help, it is so much easier to ask. So I'm going to share with you the 2 game changers here that got me an average of 7 written down referrals per presentation I did back in the day, whether Mr. and Mrs. Jones bought or not from me. The first one is you gotta write down and practice your ask. Now, at the end of this, you can text me and I'm going to send you scripts if you want, but practice your ask behind the scenes. Write it down and just get it practice. I'm never above writing down something I need to learn and practicing it over and over again and role playing it. So it's just easier and less awkward and it's in me. It's, it's easier to be authentic with it rather than stumbling. What do I say right here? Oh, I should probably ask for referrals. How do I say that? And then you're stumbling over your own words. So my referral ask might be something like this. Hey, Peter, oh my gosh, I can't believe we've known each other for 2 years and I've never asked you for referrals. This is me asking for referrals. Is there anyone you know in your circle that might need help with real estate right now or have some questions that I might be able to support that you'd feel comfortable introducing me to? Does anyone come to mind? Just if you have something scripted, it'll roll off your tongue when the moments are right. Okay. The second, and this is even, I think a lot of emphasis is put on the ask. I think this is shifting the emphasis, if you can, right now, today, with the people that you're beginning to work with and in relationship with. Let me show you. It's called planting the seed. It is my favorite thing of all. I'll tell you, this is what I did before every Cutco presentation back in the day. I would tell people, I would go, Mr. Jones and Aaron, I'm going to show you Cutco. It's going to be great. We're going to have some fun with it. You're going to cut yourself. It's going to be awesome. I'm just kidding. I would say it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you buy Cutco, that's great. You won't feel any pressure from me. So I would kind of set it up to just be a great thing. And then I would say, you know what though, Aaron, I'll tell you, I want you to have, my goal is for you to have so much fun during this presentation and enjoy it so much that you can't help but refer me because I work through referral and that means a lot to me. So let's dive in. Let's have some fun with this. So here's how it would look in real estate. Tom Story is one of our clients. He's a wonderful top agent in Toronto. And he added this one sentence to his listing and buying presentation last year and increased his referral business by 46%. His referral business was already at 86% overall. He increased it by doubled it. All he does is after he asks what's important to the client first, which you have to do, of course, find out what's important to them first, right? You want to give first by finding out what matters to them. He just added this one sentence, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer Seller, hey, thanks for sharing what's important to you. That's great for me to know. And just so you know what's really important to me, I run a repeat and referral based business. And my main goal is to do such a great job for you during this process that you can't help but refer me to your friends and family. And I want to earn that right. And immediately they know, in his beautiful, authentic way of saying it, immediately they know how important referrals are to him. Make sense, everybody? All right. Okay, so in summary here, I'll actually keep the slides on. So in summary, pick up the phone and talk to your people, text them, call them, direct message them, send them a video. It takes 30 seconds to send a quick video to say, hey, I was thinking of you today. How are you? How's your family since you moved in? I know it's been a couple years. Just wanted to check in. There's a lot going on in the market. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks again. Takes 30 seconds. So 10 of those a day or 5 a day or 2 a day, whatever your target is. All right. Number 2, love on your tribe. Define who they are, your top 20%, and find ways to love on those people and thank them. And number 3 is get good at asking for referrals and planting the seed. Now, I am going to educate. Remember I said there was 2 reasons people don't come back to their realtor? Do you remember I mentioned that? This is the second reason. And you guys can see, I'm pretty passionate in the industry about making sure your clients stay your clients forever. That's not easy to do because of that perceived indifference. And also this, 86% of people intend to use their realtor again because you're awesome. 9% remember your name after 2 years, and it's not personal. We just forget things. Oh my gosh, my realtor was amazing. What was his name again? Shoot. And they just can't recall. So where we went with it is, what if your gifts could actually help with this, but in a classy way? So, because most agents, when we came into the industry, they were giving baskets, gift cards, bottles of wine, dinner out, things like that. Those are great gifts, you guys. But what happens to most gifts? 90% of gifts are consumed immediately, right? You give it, they like it, they eat it, drink it, spend it, it's gone. There's nothing left. Or, the bottle of wine is gone, the scotch, there's nothing left to remind the client of the experience that they had with you. Not that the gift is about you, it's about them, but the experience that we wanted them to remember that in a classy way. And that's actually why we partnered with Cutco. Cutco, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm going to cut a penny for those people that missed this a few months ago when I was at the town hall. Is I've cut over 2,000 pennies with these Cutco scissors in 13, 14 years, and they've never been sharpened or serviced. Like, you can see that penny. Just, these are world class. They're not sold in stores, they're exclusives. That's why sometimes you might not have heard of them, but they're world class. The only knives in the world that are guaranteed beyond a lifetime. So they're the perfect vehicle, we thought, to get clients something they were going to use daily forever. One of the only products we could find of that caliber. And so what we did for realtors, for you all, is when we came into the industry, we pre-selected the most popular tools, the ones we knew everybody would use all the time, whether they cook or not. And we put them into packages between 70 to 275, like right in that range. So you could pick and choose a gift according to your budget. And then we have this ability on the tools, as you can see from the slide, is we have this ability to brand your logo with gratitude, your name, right on the product itself. Or we can even personalize to the client's name for a little extra cost, made especially for your client's name. And what that does is it keeps you top of mind. Every time they use the gift you gave them, they think of you, they remember you, it's always there. And actually, one of our clients, I may have told this story last time, got 4 consecutive deals because of a conversation that started about the gift, the knives, at a dinner party he wasn't at. And the second thing this does is it creates the system in place. So you have gifts on hand when you need them. I don't know if anyone's ever run around trying to figure out a gift at the last minute. It's hard. And sometimes you know a lot about a person, what do I get them? Like what Aaron was saying, you get to this place, you're like, ah. And so what we do is we get you a small supply of gifts, usually a 6-month or year supply of your volume, your ideal volume. We ship it to you on hand so you have it ready to go. We bill you over time so it's easy on cash flow. And you can grab them and go when you need them for closing gifts and referral gifts and VIP gifts. Okay, so all gifts range from 75 to 275, from pizza cutters you give with pizza on move-in day, to the Cutco spreader is like, thanks for spreading the word, super cheesy, but it's our most popular referral gift. With bagels and cream cheese from a local bakery, or put it in your local basket. To this is the little knife that you could put in your local basket or with a charcuterie board. I'll show you our boards in a moment, but this is actually a gratitude box we can ship you with your knife of choice, and you add wine or olive oil if they don't drink. Sharp knives and alcohol, guys. We thought that was smart. Cutco boards, we have custom boards that we outsource, beautiful boards made out of Montreal. You can pair with a knife or two, present the gift however you like. To 2-piece packages you can grab and go give. Simple, sleek, world class. And I'm going to do something first, and then we'll open it up for questions if we have some time here. But I just wanted to do something first before we're not going to do the draw live, but I thought I would do 2 things very special for you guys here today, because it means a lot that you guys put a special session together. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, everybody who texts me today from this session here only is going to get in a draw to win a piece of Cutco. So don't text me quite yet, but just make sure, if you're listening or watching right now, just put my name and cell number into your phone. So it's Vonny Fast, and maybe Aaron or Tina, you can pop it in the chat there too. But it's Vonny Fast. It's 403-804-2603. So everybody who texts me is going to get in the draw. Now, don't text me quite yet. I'll give you some specific instruction. Okay. All right. So If you have some interest in the gifts, want some information on those, pricing, possibly want to order, text me right now your name and the word sharp. Okay. And I'll follow up. I'll make sure. Um, and you'll get in the draw with that text as well. And if there's urgency for you guys for gifts, if you need gifts in the next 30 to 60 days, put a star beside your sharp or in your text thread to me. I'll follow up with everybody, but that'll help me prioritize because we're busy too. But and everybody who texts me there, the sharp is going to get in the draw anyway. And if you just want to be in the draw, you don't want to follow up, just text me your name and the word draw, and I'll make sure you just get in the draw. But if you have some interest, want more info, text me your name and the word sharp in there, and then I'll follow up.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like our video, please hit the like button, the subscribe, and even the little bell to get notifications, just so you can stay in touch and watch more of these great videos.